Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya if you're new, and today we are going to be doing a mini review and demo with these soft oil pastels or oil pastels, and the brand is Kuelox and they are distributed by Lightwish. Now these are very popular among Chinese artists and students, art students and stuff. The first time I saw these oil pastels was on a blog of an artist, an art student, who was traveling back to her hometown in Taiwan, and she picked this up at like her art store, and they looked amazing. I was interested in them ever since. And then Lightwish actually sent this set to me. They asked me which set I was interested in, and I told them the Macaron. This is the Macaron set. And then on Prime Day, I purchased the Morandi set because I was interested in these colors as well. So there was a really good deal. So these I purchased with my own money. This was sent to me by Lightwish. Now, the first thing I have to say about these is that the colors are incredible. Where these sets really shine are the colors. So let me first, they have some very unique colors. So let me show you it comes in a box like this. You get a big white, a big black, and these are the colors. Now, if you look closely here, you see a lot of unique colors like these mauves, pinky mauves and beiges, you don't get in a lot of sets. Also these lighter, you get a lot of light pastel colors like the light pinks. You get like a neon-y, hot pinky and a neon like yellow and a neon orange. This is a very cool color. It's like a reddish, orangey reddish brown. That is really cool. You get a nice selection of purples. This is a beautiful teal color. So the colors are very unique. Like you don't see this color in many sets. This one right here. And this one, just a lot of unique colors. So I really wanted this to supplement my main set, which is the Mungyo oil pastels. Now, let me show you the Morandi set really quickly. The Morandi set I got because I couldn't resist the colors. You have some incredible colors here now there are no repeats. If you're wondering, they do not repeat colors. So you get a lot of unique colors like these greens and these blue. There's grayish blues, some light colors. These are just a lot of earth tones, a lot of non-primary colors, basically. You don't really get any primary colors in these sets, and that's why I liked it. And if you saw my How I Choose Colors video, I don't like primary colors. I like earth tones, pastels, dark jewel tones, but not very much. I don't really like primary colors. So I have to say that they are very pigmented, but one thing that I notice is they're very sticky. The consistency on the paper is very sticky. Oh, but look at these colors. I can't resist. Now, I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are at the end. I'm going to kind of show you a video where I started working with them to kind of get to know them and play with them. So we're going to go into that, and then I'll come back. So the coloring book that I'm going to be working in these upcoming clips is called Inspired Coloring Nature. And it looks like this. These were sold a while ago. They're Shutterstock images, essentially. I got mine at actually a dollar store. Believe it or not, I got this one and the travel one a long time ago at a dollar store. And I use them for art journaling, and I cut out some pages from them and stuff. But now it's like my experimental kind of coloring book, and I use it for like an art journal, mixed media type experiment. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be showing you. Okay, so I'm getting started here on this page, the pears. This page always kind of called to me. I didn't know how I was going to color it, but I knew I'd have fun with like a mixed media type thing, like maybe paint or something. So I'm glad that I kind of kept it for this because it's perfect for this. These oil pastels are, I think, good for paintings, art journaling type of thing. So what I'm doing now is putting them down, and I'm using one of my makeup applicator type things. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background. I'm recording this with they're nearby. Now I'm starting on the sky. Yeah, so I'm starting on the sky, and I'm using my original method of what I always do is by putting a lot of oil pastel and then blending it with my finger, which is different than what I used on the pears. On the pears, it was a smaller area, and I used like a little makeup applicator to blend. Here I am using my finger, and it's going okay, but it's not, I could see that it's not as easy, first of all, because these are more sticky, and they're a little bit more patchy. So that is what I'm noticing in this background situation. And I noticed that it's a little bit different. Now, as you can see, I'm having fun with it because of the colors. So I'm using a little bit of neon yellow, put a little bit of like a peachy orange there on the bottom. And I can see that these are great for like a painting type of application where you are creating like a painting, like an impressionist type painting. It's not going to be like a smooth, sky, perfect sky, blended sky that you would do with like an acrylic paint. So I noticed that these are working differently than my other oil pastels for sure. But I'm trying to have fun with it. I tried to blend it out with a little bit of paper towel. One of my viewers mentioned that paper towel works for them, and it did work for me. It was interesting. I'm trying different things, basically. Now I am covering the leaves, and the leaves have a pre-printed green on them. The coloring book already pre-printed that. So I'm just putting a little color down and blending it with that makeup applicator type of earbud thing. And I have to say that in this painting type of illustration, it is working well. These do work well. I didn't like them as much for the background. So I think you're going to see the same thing happen with the other illustration. I will be doing the other illustration as well. But I'm loving how the leaves came out. And for the stems, I think I'll be using something else, like acrylic. Now I started on the peaches. I didn't know what fruit this was, but I decided that it was a peach because I love the color of peaches, and I love peach color, so I decided I wanted to use those colors. So you can see how it's just like a rough painting type, like an oil pastel painting of a still life. I feel like that's what this illustration reminds me of. I did use some of the neons. I love that like orangey type of neon color. I think it's great for the highlights. So I am using a different type of applicator here. This is like an eyeshadow applicator. I got a bunch of them on Amazon a while ago, and I think they work nicely for the oil pastel, but the sponge kind of does rub off a little bit and leaves little balls, but whatever, that's okay. Now I'm starting on the leaves, and I am just putting different greens there, the lights, the shadows, as much as I can. You can see it's pretty rough, like it's not perfect too, because this is more of like a painting type of thing rather than like a coloring. So, but I'm having fun using, excuse me, all these colors, and I'm loving the colors. So, but I still did attempt another background again, the way that I'm normally used to doing a background, with my finger. Even though I could see I was struggling with the blue background, I still tried it again here with a different color. But yeah, still working on the leaves here. So yeah, finishing up the leaves there, and I love how they came out. Oop, my head is bobbing in and out. Sorry about that. Then I decided, you know what, maybe I'll do a pink background. And I'm starting with the darkest on the bottom. And I'm trying to lay down, I can already see that I didn't lay down enough oil pastel here, but even though I didn't, I'm still trying with my applicator. And, it's not bad, but you could see that it's not as smooth as some of my other oil pastel backgrounds. But it does create a painterly effect. And I'm realizing that probably I will have to use a different technique with these for backgrounds. So it's going to create a different finish, basically. So I'm rolling with it. I'm just using a bunch of different colors and creating like a painting, like an impressionist painting type of background. And just trying to enjoy the colors, because where this set shines is really the colors. So I'm still trying here to use my finger, and it's not going great, as you could see. So you could kind of see, I don't know if you could tell, but I was struggling with the background. I don't know if you could see, but because of the stickiness, and it's not as pigmented, it's not as creamy as the Mungyo ones, I kind of had a patchy background situation. So, and it was a little bit harder to blend out on the paper. Same with this background. I don't know if you could see that it is a little patchy. See here? And I had this, now, hold on, I'll show you. I had the same situation with the background here. On this page, I did like this table here, this table section with the Kuelox oil pastels, and I had like a patchy situation. I don't know if you could see that is patchy. I'm gonna do a demo in a second, but when I was doing the fruits, I had a very good experience, and also on the leaves. So I forgot to mention that I did, obviously I did fix the oil pastel. You have to fix oil pastels always. So I use this, and a lot of people ask me, how come they don't see this? They look up oil pastel fixative and they don't see this. And that is because this is not meant to be an oil pastel fixative per se. I just made it up, and it worked. I just tried it one day and it worked. So, because I didn't want to use the sprays. So that is why a lot of people ask me about that. It's not meant for that. I just totally made it up and it works. So I don't know. And I noticed a lot of people are using that now, which is awesome. So I did fix it with that, with a brush. But I'm beginning to see that I will have to use a different technique with these for backgrounds. You know, it's not gonna be like the smooth sky, horizontal sky that I'm used to creating. It's more of like a painterly type thing. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the difference between I pulled similar colors from 3 of my oil pastel sets that I have, okay? So we're gonna do first the Kuelox, and as you can see, it's very pigmented. Now I'm gonna go a couple of times, and then I will show you me trying to blend it out. That is as good as I can do, it seems like. See how I can't really move them? Okay, now we're gonna do the Mungyo. Okay. This is easier for me to move around. You see how if let me do 2 lines here, and I will show you how I'm able to kind of get them, to move them, move it and cover that, you know. Here, I'm not really able to cover the gap. You see how it's kind of a little bit patchy like this? I don't know if you could tell there. Now let's use the Art Deco. And also a little bit patchier than the Mungyo, if you could see. So that is what I mean. So then I realized that maybe I need to change my technique and with these particular oil pastels, and not do like a huge background with my finger like this, which I usually do with the Mungyos, for a big like sky. That it's not going to work for that in that way. So I decided to try something else where I have like a smaller background, and I do like a painterly kind of background where I do like different colors all around. And it's not like a perfectly uniform like sky scene. So that is what I'm going to try now on top of a whip. I have like a whip that has like, this is acrylic, but that one had watercolor basically on it. So I'm going to show you what I did with that. So this is the page. It's in the same book, and it's just a whip where I had laid down some watercolor on the flowers and a little bit in the sky. That's all I did. So I decided to continue, and I'm just going to go on top of the watercolor. And I decided to add some shading and highlighting with the oil pastels on the flowers. And at first I feel like I added a little bit too much dark in the center, but then I changed it up, and I was experimenting to see what's the best way to add color to these flowers, basically. And I am using the makeup applicator type thing to blend it out. And now I started adding a little bit to the sky. So I'm using it's like this type of sky is not like a uniform sky. It's just like a background that has, it's broken up because the main element is so large. So it's a little bit easier to add just different colors here and there, blend them out, and create like a painterly type of background. So I am enjoying that. Here I am adding some neons. I decided to add like a little bit of a neon orange to the flowers because I felt like it needed something. It was too cool tone for me. It needed a little something. So I'm just enjoying using these colors, honestly. And the colors are so unique and so cool that, you if you're going to use these oil pastels, you need to take advantage of these colors, So that's what I'm doing. And you can see I'm adding a little bit of yellow in the sky. Excuse my raspy voice. I don't know why I'm having this. But yeah, aquas, teals, some yellows. I love adding a little bit of yellow in my sky, or like cream or something. So yeah, just having fun and blending it out with that little makeup applicator. It's like an eyeshadow spongy type of applicator. So I'm adding different blues, some bluey grays, just playing around with it, and whatever comes to my hand I just kind of put in. So yeah, I'm just adding some white highlights and a little bit of like that neon and some other colors just to the flowers there. So this is how it came out, and let me go out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, this is how it came out, and I actually love the results. I don't know if you can see, there's not much lighting at this hour in my craft room, but it kind of looks like a painting type of effect for the background. And that did work, and I actually used a tool, which I want to show you. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. So I actually used something new, which I will show you. So I bought this a while ago for doing for blocking out something when you do a background. It's masking fluid, drawing gum. So I bought these tools, silicone brushes, to go with it. And I tried using this one for the oil pastel too, because I know a lot of you guys don't like using your finger. And it worked well. It worked well with this, but you're going to create like an effect. It's going to look like this. It's not, I don't want to call it patchy, but it is kind of patchy. So it's going to create a blending that looks like that, if you don't mind that. But for this particular page, I think it looks good and it works. I did add some yellows and aquas into the sky. So it did work for that. So overall, I love the colors. I love that they came packaged beautifully and they have this beautiful swatch sheet. I really like them for coloring medium-sized areas, medium-sized images. So I would say that these are great oil pastels. If you like art journaling, the colors are unbeatable. They're great for that. And for paintings and stuff like that, I think they're fantastic. For large background skies where I did it with my finger, I don't think it works for that. particular type of thing. So I hope that explains how I view these, and this was my like experience with them. I will be using these to color, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that I have them, but if you're looking for like a starter set just for backgrounds, I don't think this is the best for you. But I still love these. Aren't the colors gorgeous, you guys? Like, oh my gosh, seriously, I can't get over these colors. Like, yeah. So I am glad I got these because the colors are phenomenal. So I'm going to find a way to use them. You know, even though I'm not going to be using them for backgrounds as much, I definitely will be using these, and I will show you more in the future. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful coloring month. I will leave the link to these below if you're interested, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.